Hey everyone, today me, Jeremiah and Zayne are going to be presenting Apple's updated documents by Brand Health. Just an introduction, I would just like to say good afternoon and thank you for joining us today on our presentation about improving and updating key information about Apple's brand health. I'd like to give an acknowledgement of country to the Indigenous people, past, present and future, as they hold the forever memories of this nation.
Okay. A little bit about Brand Health's job. Brand Health are a renowned marketing communications organisation, recently appointed the immense, laudable and ultimately well-paying task of conducting a brand assessment of the world-famous technology giant Apple Incorporated. We aim to update and improve the public perception of Apple.
Sorry, I thought we were doing... My bad.
It's alright, you go, Zayne.
Okay, you want to go? You go, sorry.
Company overview. Apple is a large multinational technology company based in Cupertino, California. Apple was founded in 1976 by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Established in 1976, the organization was primarily a manufacturer of personal computers alone up until the mid-1990s. But as their market share at the time decreased, they proceeded to produce other devices such as the first iPod, which was launched in 2001. As of the present, Apple's products are immensely ranged and include personal computers, mobile phones, televisions, watches, and more. Apple's worldwide market share is at 24.1% as of 2023, with its major competitor Samsung following closely at 19%. Apple's main source of income has been its iPhones, first launched in 2007.
Operating environments and key stakeholders. Apple operates across international borders with an enormous global presence. As a large multinational company, Apple outsources much of their labor to third world countries. This has been a source of much controversy. Activist groups and customers are two of Apple's largest stakeholders.
Current issues and trends affecting the marketing communications industry and explaining how they will impact your selected business. Like all companies, Apple are subjected to the laws of the nations in which they operate. Apple's operations in China have been the source of much controversy. Activist groups, including former employees, have exposed much of Apple's operations in Foxconn-owned factories in China as being inhumane and have also reported on the implementation of suicide nets. This exposure, in addition to crackdowns by the Chinese government and also tariffs on Chinese goods introduced by the successive Trump and Biden administrations, have prompted Apple to move their operations to India. It's also worth noting that Apple's decisions to boycott Russia over the 2022 invasion of the Ukraine has potentially cost the organization $1 billion in revenue.
Identify new alternative marketing communications technology, and we're going to be explaining how these technologies will impact your selected business or organization, marketing solution, and business strategy. Organizations are struggling to keep up with the rapidly changing technologies used in marketing. Even when they have the newest technologies, some organizations find it difficult to make them relevant and integrate them to their marketing objectives, goals, and their products. Data hoarding. It's common for marketers to collect and retain every single bit of data just because they think it might be useful sooner or later. This is inefficient as it takes extra time and space, all while making it harder to find the data that is necessary and relevant when it is needed. The solution to this is to clearly specify the data needed for each goal and emphasize this to the marketing team in order to only maintain data records of what is necessary. Apple CEO Tim Cook has denied that Apple practiced data hoarding, and in 2018 launched a scathing criticism of companies he accused of engaging in the practice.
Conclusion. In conclusion, Apple's influence on humanity has left a marked impact, and the organization has revolutionized the technology industry like no other. Apple has faced many obstacles on their way to becoming an icon and continues to today. The power of stakeholders such as activists and customers cannot be underestimated. The work of activists could very well decide how Apple operates in future world where workers' rights are even greater valued. Customers will only persist if Apples continue to meet continues to meet their wants and needs. Apple must retain its successful marketing practices to appease to consumers.